Tipping is out of control in America.
Absolutely.
It is ridiculous.
We went to a restaurant recently here in Florida where they auto-apply an 18 to 20% tip on everybody, not just large parties.
Yeah, we went to that same place.
And they tell you if you get exceptional service,
you
feel free to tip.
Like 20% is already exceptional service.
Yeah.
Right.
That's 15
Well,
is the standard.
I feel
And
like
then
the
you feel like
standard
kind of
was
an asshole
15,
because-
and then now everybody's virtue signaled it up to 20.
Yeah.
Correct.
But then you feel kind of like an asshole because you're like, well, you already took 20% from me, and while you gave me my food, like...
But not only that, there's nothing for them to go above and beyond, right? Now you've taken above and beyond out of their job because they're going to get that tip regardless of how much fucking water they bring in.
Fuck off, dude. I'm not giving you a quarter of the cost of the meal because you handed me...
You turned around, grabbed a bag from the fry cook.
Yeah,
Wait a minute now. It's like,
This is Alone and Unafraid. Welcome to this episode of Alone and Unafraid. Today we're doing something a bit different and keeping it quick. I work with a crew of guys, all ex-military, and we have a habit of talking shit and complaining. Typically over coffee at work, because you probably shouldn't drink beer at work. A lot of our complaints revolve around work, and TJ from episode 7 aptly dubbed these sessions Gripes and Grinds. Our first Gripes and Grinds segment was so full of anger that we probably wouldn't have jobs anymore if we aired that, so we decided to re-record, and that's what you're hearing today. We've kind of transitioned the vibe of our day job Gripes and Grinds sessions into a segment of this podcast to kind of lighten the mood every now and again, especially since we often dive into heavy topics. So I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Gripes and Grinds. So this is the first, I want to say annual, but this is the first
Inaugural?
Wouldn't that be
inaugural.
annual too, though?
Yeah.
well, it's not once a year. We
Yeah,
need to do
it's-
this more often.
What does inaugural mean?
First time.
The first time.
Is that it?
Yeah.
God, I'm dumb.
Yeah. So this is the inaugural.
episode of vocab with
Yeah.
that and Tyler.
So if you hear multiple voices that you're not used to hearing, this is the inaugural
First time.
segment of Gripes and Grinds. And we've got Tyler Huckett join us, which he's co-hosted before. We've also got TJ, who's joined us from episode 7. And we've got a very special guest. Tyler's bride, Katie, is with us today and recording. And so the first topic of Gripes and Grinds is going to be about tipping is out of control in America.
Absolutely.
It is ridiculous. If I go to a takeout place and that dude, you know, you put the card in and they turn it over and it's like the only options are like 20, 22, or fucking 25% for you just to hand me my food.
Something
And
that you
15's
microwave.
not on the menu
Yeah,
anymore.
15's not on the menu. They don't
Yep.
give you a choice. And it says other. I look at the guy in the eyes, hit other, and go 0, enter, fuck off. Like, and I used to feel terrible about it. I really did. Like, I worked in a restaurant, and I would feel like, oh, this guy's going to think of me as a shitty human being. No, fuck off, dude. I'm not giving you a quarter of the cost of the meal because you handed me...
You turned around, grabbed a bag from the fry cook.
yeah.
Wait
they're-
a minute now. It's like whoever put it together deserves credit because
Fuck yeah.
I started doing a lot of takeout during COVID, and how many times have you gotten your stuff and like, oh, they didn't put this in there or whatever? Like, so I think for a waitress to bring your plates to the table versus the person that's making sure all the little ketchups and forks and stuff, like there is some service to that, right?
Maybe, but
I think
10%,
no, I think Europe's on
15%.
it. I think everyone's overreaching, right? And if you're automatically demanding 20% to start with, and you haven't done shit yet, right? Because I haven't got my food. I paid for everything. You put it over.
you don't
boom.
know
Like,
if
they
everything is
started
in there.
Yeah, they started making everything. So you don't even get your shit before you get a tip. You get tipped after I get my stuff in return, right? You don't get a tip before you do the fucking work.
But see, I think America does. I think tipping is inherently good because it encourages good service.
Some places,
Like when you're in Europe, there's no tipping. Dude, I was in Italy, and you'd be waiting like a while to get another drink. You know,
everybody was super pleasant in Scotland. I was kind of impressed. I was like, with no tip, these people are working.
Yeah,
In Japan, they're super nice because it's cultural.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's a cultural thing. I'm just saying, I can see your point about tipping to some degree, but it just don't spring load it to 18 or 20 or 22% or 25%.
And let me get the service first.
Yeah,
There's tipping for ridiculous places now where you're like, you go like grab something off the shelf and go up and buy it. And there's a tip thing. Like at the airport, I think I bought 2 Kind bars and a bottle of water. And there was a tip thing. I was like, I mean, it's this awkward moment. You're sitting there across from the person where you're like, I'm hitting 0 because I'm just buying these. Like, you didn't make anything.
But you got to take your power back. Look at them in the eyes, burn right through their soul, and be like, I'm taking a stand. I'm not doing this shit anymore. If we all just band together and stop this. I went to the dry cleaner, and they had a tip thing at the dry cleaner.
Well, everybody wants in on it now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's ridiculous.
Get your brakes done.
It's like, if you fucked up my clothes, like the bare minimum should be my clothes should come out pressed and clean. But there's also nothing above that. My clothes just come out pressed and clean.
Yeah, I mean, you hit that little conveyor belt thing, and it comes around, and then you take. I mean, am I getting premium hangers here or something, or like gold-plated hangers?
You and the person across from you that you're looking in the eye are both victims of the greedy owner or corporate person that's like, we're only going to pay our people this. They're basically shifting the cost to you. They're saying that the customers are going to cover the rest because I'm cheap and I want more profit.
Yeah.
So they basically throw it on you. So like the person that you're looking eye to eye to steal their soul, like they're just like, oh great, like it's not my fault that I get paid shit and that they leave it up to you to pay the rest of my salary.
But at the same time, if somebody who grew up in Germany in a certain era of time told you they were just following orders,
right?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but in this economy, like you can't say no to a job. I don't know how you made this a Holocaust thing. Jesus.
Are you sure you're not a left wing? Like, everybody's a racist and a Nazi.
I'm just saying. I mean, they're just following orders.
My thing with that is, waitresses get paid less than minimum wage because tipping is expected.
Right.
But at a dry cleaner, they're making the full. And the reason I know this is because my cousins own a dry cleaner place, so.
They're part of the problem.
I can no, they don't have a tip thing at their place. Which, sidebar, dry cleaning is incredibly difficult. Like, I went to my cousin's dry cleaner thing last weekend, and it's a lot of work, man. A lot of work. I thought it was going to be like the Jeffersons, which is dating how old I am. But it is a shit ton of work, and it was like a bajillion degrees back in the back where they do the laundry and stuff. And no thanks. So maybe they do deserve a tip.
So who doesn't? Like, who's the most ridiculous?
They don't deserve a tip.
Person with a tip thing on their thing where you're like, what?
I feel like Chipotle doesn't deserve a tip.
Yeah, you're just scooping shit into a burrito that it doesn't fit in, and then you're handing me a fucking wet, soggy
Or
wrap.
here's
But they're doing something.
Yeah,
for
they're
you.
making you a meal. They could do it badly.
Yeah, but it's open.
I feel like it's 2 against 2 here. Like,
I
two
feel
of
like
us
the
have empathy.
airport situation.
Yeah,
That
the
was
there
airport
should be no
is.
tip
If you're
there.
in retail, you don't get a tip.
Yeah.
Like if you don't get a tip.
Now, sometimes in retail, you deserve one because if I go to a place and I need help, with like picking out a suit.
Yeah, but they're getting
paid
commission.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
And
like
they're
if you go
also
to a
getting paid
tailor,
full paycheck.
Yeah,
Like waiters and waitresses
don't get a full paycheck.
They
get a
should
full
get a
paycheck.
full paycheck.
But where does that stop? Does that stop at Starbucks?
Does Starbucks get a full paycheck?
I don't know, but they get college.
So I think
So should they get a tip if they get college?
Their credit card thing doesn't have a tip option. It's just cash jar, right?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
At Starbucks.
I never
don't
go to
think they do.
Starbucks. So
Well, I think if you think about like in Vermont, we'll give a shout out to Bar Hill Gin.
Oh, hell yeah.
They pay their employees a regular minimum wage, and they tell you don't tip. If you do leave a tip, we're going to donate it to this charity.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, cool. But we went to a restaurant recently here in Florida where they auto apply an 18 to 20% tip on everybody, not just large parties.
Yeah, we went to that same place.
And they tell you if you get exceptional service, feel free to tip.
Like 20% is already exceptional service.
Yeah.
Right.
That's 15 is the standard.
I feel
And
like
then
the
you feel like
standard
kind of
was
an asshole
15,
because-
and then now everybody's virtue signaled it up to 20.
Yeah.
Correct.
But then you feel kind of like an asshole because you're like, well, you already took 20% from me, and while you gave me my food, like.
But not only that, there's nothing for them to go above and beyond, right? Now you've taken above and beyond out of their job because they're going to get that tip regardless of how much fucking water they bring you, right?
It's like the Soviet doctrine of waitressing.
What did they gave us? It was our
Serving.
first time going there. They gave us a free glass of champagne, and I was like, "Is
I
that what you're
I didn't get that.
considering
You
an
paid for
extra?"
that, yeah.
But it wasn't our waitress that gave it to us. It was the bar manager, and he was like, "Come back again. We have drink. They have craft cocktails or whatever everybody's doing these days." But
I also think that place was just a weird misfit. Like art and pizza, just
Yeah.
I didn't.
They also
Have you ever been there?
You buy art or make art?
No, there's art
both.
on the walls.
yeah,
And it's
to buy, I guess.
you can buy it.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
an art gallery that you get pizza at, but it's like higher end pizza.
I wouldn't even call it that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it
I
was-
wasn't
It's
impressed.
higher end art.
It was meh.
Yeah.
The art was also meh.
yeah,
And then also at the end of it, our waiter, I think it was a waiter the first time we went twice just to see, I think. And no, maybe we only went once. Said, hey, mentioned that the tip was already included, but feel free to leave more if you think. And so then it was kind of like bartered. It's like, oh yeah, no, I'm already getting 20%, but if you feel like leaving more, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
I was like, get the fuck out of here.
I feel like there's certain things like barbers and
When do you tip valet? Before they take your vehicle? or
after.
After. Okay.
after.
Yeah.
Because that kid came over to me with his hand
Well,
out.
he wanted it before.
Yeah, because he wasn't
Yeah.
going to be there tomorrow when I pulled my truck out.
Which I also kind of understand that, but dude, you didn't pull it around.
You haven't done anything
But
yet.
then he could argue that he took it down. So
But how do I know he hasn't crashed it
Yeah.
into something already?
Yeah.
Why are you getting $20 to go crash my truck immediately?
Yeah.
If you have a
Well,
Ferrari,
you're
you'll tip
gonna-
both times.
you're gonna
Right.
give him $20 not to crash it,
Yeah, take care of my car. Thanks for taking care of my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different, right?
or
Like,
go through your glove box.
Yeah.
I'll go through his face hole.
Which one?
Yeah.
I'll figure out. I'll pick
All of them.
every single one of them. Yeah, tipping's gotten out of control.
Yeah, we should make rules for tipping and just publish it. You know how these these people make these international federation of, they're like standards for business practices, but nobody told them to do it. They just made it. We should have the International Tipping Federation that publishes standards for
Isn't
tipping.
that what unions are for?
I don't know that there's a tipping union though, right?
I would like to roll up into this, the current thing that's happening, by making me pay the credit card fees for companies.
Well, I think you were always doing it. You just didn't know.
Well, I think to a certain extent, but now people, you go to registers like, hey, we're adding, if you pay with this, we're adding an extra 5%.
I feel like that's just a lowbrow business tactic. Like, just hide the 3% in your
Right.
price.
Well, they want to bring you in with the lower price.
Yeah, they want to get
Otherwise,
you
the
in.
other company will say, I got
Yeah.
lower prices. And
Yeah.
you go like, oh, great.
I feel like it's 2024. The overwhelming majority of people pay with a card.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
And-
you have Amex rapes those vendors. And I have Amex, and it's always like,
An extra 10%.
yeah, they're like, oh, fuck you, man. You got Amex.
That's why I pay by check.
It's in the mail.
Excuse me, Sonny Jim.
Let me get my checkbook.
I actually still pay a few bills by check.
Well,
Yeah.
you've
You
got
really did
problems.
dig yourself in.
Yeah. I really do.
Just for nostalgia's sake.
I have 3 bills that I pay on a check. So
I write them so infrequently. Every time I do it, I have to go on Google.
Like,
and be
remember how to-
what do I put on this fucking
I have
thing?
to erase 3 addresses ago from moving, you know?
I don't
Like,
even
oh, wow.
update the
What?
addresses. I'm just like,
No.
yeah, whatever.
That's a good point. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
well, it's because the people that I'm writing the check to don't do Venmo. They don't do any of that. So,
Zelle, Venmo,
yeah,
Cash, credit card.
anything but
PayPal.
paper checks,
yeah. They don't do anything but cash or check. That's it.
fresh eggs.
Yeah.
Sons
Yeah.
of bitches.
All right.
America.
Good stuff. Good rant.
Yeah, that one's done. And that wraps up the inaugural segment of Gripes and Grinds, brought to you by Polestar Coffee, because let's face it, Tyler needs the money. In all seriousness, we do this segment because things can get pretty serious around here. We wanted to break up conversations a bit and have a chance to vent on some things that are typically outside of the mental health spectrum. We'll be back next week with our typical format episode, diving deep into topics that matter. So please follow, share, and subscribe, or whatever the podcast platform of your choice has for an option. This really helps us get the word out there to the people that need to hear these conversations. We're trying to be the voice for the folks who haven't yet reached the point where they can deal with these issues, and maybe by hearing others talk about it, potentially their friends, we hope they feel empowered that they can raise their hand and get the help they need. And we're not talking about issues with tipping. We're talking about the normal mental health and mindset issues we talk about on this podcast. And one more thing, if you enjoyed the show, please take a moment to leave us a review. Your feedback helps us improve and reach more listeners who can benefit from these discussions. See you next week. Bye, everybody.